This is lesson 3.1 vocabulary for signing naturally. We're going to start with a sign for live, which can be signed two different ways. One is initialized, borrowed from English, and the other one is not. The initialized one is not as common anymore as it used to be. You might see it, but I would suggest you use the non-initialized one. All right, so initialized would be with L's, right? And you start at your stomach and go up to your chest. Live. Live. Non-initialized is kind of an A handshake. With the same movement, you start at your stomach and come up to your chest. Live. The next sign is the sign for near. You want two flat handshakes. Your palms will face you both ways. On your non-dominant hand, you just leave the flat handshake. The dominant hand is going to bend just a little bit, all right? You want the dominant hand closer to you, and then you sort of approach your non-dominant hand. You get near your non-dominant hand, okay? So that's near. Far is two thumbs up handshakes. Start them in neutral space right here in front of you, and then use your dominant hand to move far away. Now, both near and far have certain non-manual signs that go with them, depending on how near or how far. So if you're very, 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 very close to something, you do it like you grit, like, what's it called? Grit your teeth, clench your teeth, right? So close. If I'm like kind of close to it, same thing with far. If I'm kind of far from it, if I'm so super far, you drop your jaw. All right, city, town, or downtown is two flat handshakes with your palms facing each other, and you're going to make what is going to look like a skyline, like rooftops, right? So that's city, town, or downtown. And sometimes it doesn't move, sometimes it's just. Beach can be signed three ways. You will, in all of the ways, have your non-dominant hand, arm, with your palm facing down. Okay, this is going to be your coast, your shoreline, all right? The first way is with a W for water. So you sign water, and then with your dominant hand, coming in and out like waves on a beach, okay? The second way is without water, just. I've also seen it signed ocean, starts with water, and then you do waves. So that's ocean. River also starts with water, and then you kind of like outline how the river goes. So two flat hand shapes, palm facing each other. Let me do that one again. Lake can be signed three ways. One of them includes finger spelling. So we'll start with that one. So lake can be a loan sign from English. Again, loan signs are good ones to practice a lot so you get real quick at them. Lake. Another way of signing lake is water area. And another way is water. So you're making like a circle with just your first finger and your thumb on both hands, palms facing each other. So water circle, lake. All right, the next one is park. Park is also a loan sign, so it's just finger spelled. Hills, same thing. Do that one again. Mountain. Okay, for mountain, you want, I think it's an S, maybe an A. I do an S, hand shape on your non-dominant hand, palm facing down. It's an A on your dominant hand, which will hit your non-dominant hand, and then you go up. Kind of looks like a mountain. Mall. Going to the mall also is fingerspelled. School. So you want two flat hand shapes, palms facing each other. Dominant hand's going to be on top because it will move, okay? So it's just a bounce repeated. School. A deaf school, meaning a residential school where kids go and live so they can go to school, is signed a little bit differently. It's two I hand shapes, palms facing each other, but put your dominant hand on top like that. And then you're going to hit. Same movement as school, right? Deaf school or institute sometimes. North, south, east, and west are pretty easy. They are all initialized as well. So north is an N and you go up. South is an S and you go down. East, an E and you go right. West, a W and you go left. So let me do all those again. And then the sign for area that I did before is a flat hand. Well, when I did lake, remember water area, is just a 5 hand shape with your palm facing down, and you from your shoulder move around a little bit. And that can be used for a lot of different things. Quick note on fingerspelling. Fingerspelling is appropriate for spelling names of things like book titles, cities, names of movies, stuff like that. Many cities, though, actually have name signs that are given by the deaf people who live there. And the best way to learn local signs is to meet local deaf people. Be aware, though, that a lot of signs for cities and towns are arbitrary, meaning they're just like B for Boston moves up and down, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just the letter of the city and sort of an arbitrary movement. So because so many of them are arbitrary, a lot of them are similar. Denver, the sign for Denver, one of them, Denver, is the same as the sign for Danville, Kentucky. That sign for Boston that I just showed you is the same as the sign for Berkeley, California. So you have to keep the locales in mind. And when you're seeing signs for cities and towns, you may need to ask for clarification if needed. So that's vocabulary list for lesson 3.1.